let me just get started then. Take me back to the beginning. When did you first realize you wanted to do music for a career?
Back in probably I always give people I'm usually a year off, but I don't really remember. I was selling beats super young off of a tape recorder at school, off my brother's Triton keyboard. Just making beats, kind of messing around, and fell in love with it. I never really did music growing up, so it's a big discovery, I guess. It was pretty cool. So then from there, things kind of just bubbled, and about probably 3 years ago, I kind of just tried rapping. I was sick of the way people kind of sounded on my beats, so I was like, let me give it a shot. And then, a year and a half ago, I kind of gave singing a shot, and it kind of just worked. It kind of just stuck, so I've just been producing for myself as of lately,
Okay, cool. And, who were some of your musical influences, would you say, growing up?
Andre 3000 and Kanye West and all those people that really never really followed that norm in hip hop of when it was when gangster was cool.
Yeah.
Those dudes were really big influences to me. They still are to this day. Andre 3000 is my, I guess you want to say hero, but yeah, he's the dopest man ever.
Yeah. Okay. And how about on the singing side of things?
I don't really know. I'm a huge Imogen Heap fan. I listen to a lot of Imogen Heap. She's her harmonies and stuff, she's crazy. Coldplay's really cool too.
Yeah.
But besides that, I didn't really grow up listening to a lot of singing. It was mostly, I was a rap head. I was that typical Long Island suburban white kid that loved listening to rap. So.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. And how would you describe on the singing side of things? How would you describe your style and your sound?
I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I've been experimenting so much with so many different sounds, and I don't know if you've seen the videos online, but I mean those records are super old. The new stuff we have coming out is just as left field and is different in different directions.
Yeah.
But even the videos we have up, they're super different. They're every song is just completely different from the next. So, if anything, it definitely has a positive vibe, and it's pretty smooth. Those are the two general things I can say about it.
Yeah, I definitely picked up on the smooth vibe, from the few songs I've had a chance to listen to of yours. So, that's cool.
Cool, man. Thanks a lot.
And I read in your bio, you attended Five Towns College for Music and Performing Arts, and what skills would you say you picked up, when you were attending there, that helped you develop as an artist?
Oh man, he just exposed my life. Long story short, man, I learned nothing at that place.
Oh wow!
I was literally this is an honest statement too. I could get you testimonials if you want. I was literally making beats, producing, and writing for kids to go to class for me and take my
oh my goodness
projects and take notes. I was literally trading music for work. Not even kidding. I was pimping my music. It was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Wow, that's a pretty good story.
It was insane. And my sophomore year, when you start. I don't know if you should put this in because this sounds cocky, but I swear I'm speaking out of humbleness, I promise you. But when you're running seminars on success as a sophomore and you're speaking at your college, you kind of realize okay, maybe it's time to move on. They're not really facilitating my career, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's real though. Okay, that's a crazy story. Okay. And tell me about the mixtape you released earlier this year, Scattered Thoughts Volume 1. How was it received by, I read it had 11,000 downloads or something like that. How did people receive it?
Yeah, it was all organic, just off of the Facebook page. It was one of those things where my friends were like, you really need to release something, put together a body of work. I kind of literally just locked myself, in the studio for about a month, and even if it wasn't mastered, just because I didn't have the money for mastering, I was just going to put out a body of work. Whatever I did, I was just going to, in a month, and I was just going to put it in order and just drop it. So I put it on the Facebook, and a week later I checked my Facebook. I wasn't really that crazy about Facebook yet. And my Facebook, exploded. People were sharing it, all this stuff. So it kind of lit a fire and was wow, I can definitely do this. I think people dig what I'm doing, and it has like a share quality. People want to share it without me asking them, or going on their Facebook. It's like, please like my Facebook page, or please share this video. I didn't really have to do that, so it was one of those things where it was cool. It was feeling, so then I kind of just really started working hard for that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I saw a video of you recently that was distributed around of you were waiting to perform, I guess, outside Sullivan Hall in New York, and you were just performing on the street with your band and everything, and then you guys kind of got almost thrown out. You know, it was kind of crazy. You know, tell me about that situation there.
Yeah, man, it was so impromptu, and what was crazy was there was a lot of people that we actually, like, that contacted me after that street performance, like, even more than the people in the club. It was pretty amazing. There's people just walking up, like, can I have your email, can I have your contact, your Facebook page, your all this stuff. So it was really cool. Yeah,
that's a cool thing. All right, and then I just recently saw another video you got out about, you know, the making of your new song, Dysfunctional Partnership. Talk to me about that song.
Again, man, one of those things to experiment. Like, I'm super big on experimentation, but not going too left field. Like, still having pop compositions and still having hooks that people will remember, but still doing stuff that people aren't really doing, like, as of right now. So it was one of those things, man. I was just in the studio, if you want to call it. I was home. I just got back from a production job, and my two boys came over. We were originally not going to do music, just kind of chill, but I was just joking around on the microphone, and the sample kind of just came with my voice. I turned the pitch up, and then the rhythm of the voice is pretty cool. I beatboxed behind it, and I was like, oh, man, I got to make something out of this. So my mind just kind of exploded, and I just went crazy from there. Okay,
cool. So, you know, you had the mixtape earlier this year. You mentioned, you know, you've just been experimenting and stuff like that. So, you know, what would you say is next from you? What can we expect next?
Man, the mixtape's actually going to go down. Like, I'm going to take it down, not let it download, like, not make it downloadable anymore.
Oh, okay.
I want to make sure everybody gets their hands on it before it goes down. It's just because the jump from the new music is so crazy. Like, I'm a hermit. Like, I don't leave my room. I'm 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day, like, in a studio, traveling, going to another studio, or home working on records. So the jump from the mixtape to this new free album, it's basically a mixtape, but it's all original production, so I'm going to call it a free album. But it's called Translations Through Speakers, and yeah, the records are going to be pretty dope. They're super different. They're all different types of genres, all over the place, and that's basically the next thing to come out.
I'm starting to hear like stories like that more and more, because I pay close attention to writers and producers who started out like having hits for artists, then they come out with their own thing. So
without a doubt, man. I mean, especially like the Bruno Mars route or the Neo route, and it's one of those things where I'm trying to set up for a career rather than have my artist moment of shine, get a single on the radio, and then just kind of fizzle out kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I would rather, you know, create padding for myself. Like, I think it's important to make sure you have a career in music, not just. So I would rather, you know, hit up that avenue of writing, make, you know, an amazing amount of money doing pop hits or whatever, and then be okay and have that money to fall back on, and then I do my artist deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 20 years old. I have like a ton of time and a lot of ideas and a lot of things to offer. I'm just like so blessed that people even care. Like, just the fact that you even want to call me and ask me questions, man, like, it's a blessing for real. Like, it's the real stuff, man.
That's a great attitude, man. I love that humbleness. And let me just ask you one more question, last question for you. You know, just talk about what's the biggest struggle, like an upcoming artist. I mean, you seem like you're in a pretty good position now, but you know, just trying to break in and trying to make it into the industry. What's the biggest struggle?
You know what it is, man? One of the things is you can't, or at least for me, you can't view it as a struggle. Like, I am so blessed to wake up every morning healthy, like, period. Like, it's crazy. I don't want to get into specifics. A very close friend of mine has got in a car accident for drunk driving, and, like, honestly, like, his mom has to feed him and clothe him for the rest of his life. And that's like my gauge and meter when I wake up in the morning. It's like, what the hell is a struggle? Like, I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm fine, and I get to make music, and I'm blessed to produce my own stuff. I don't have to wait on anybody. I can write, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, and I'm driven, and my family supports me. It was never a struggle, to be honest with you. Like, the positivity I have in my life totally came out in my records, and I think people hear that, and I never really had, like, haters. I'm almost positive if I do the artist thing, if they're gonna come. And then, you know, there's always the YouTube trolls who have that one comment that's like so left field and ridiculous. But
yeah.
it was never. I don't consider it a struggle. I just consider it fun. Like, everything is fun. Meeting with different people and building my name and the numbers going up and people liking the music and doing interviews. It's just, I'm blessed. I'm not struggling. I'm never struggling. Like, whatever God has planned for me is what's meant for me. So that's it. You just gotta kind of put it in His hands and hope everything works. You know?
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing that you're so well grounded like that, man. That's so refreshing to hear.
Oh, without a doubt, my mom would slap me if I would.
Oh man.